20, and there will be a discussion afterwards about the film and the theater program with director Leslie Ferreira and members of the cast at Los Angeles City College, which is the oldest community college in USA's largest community college district. So LACC Theatre Academy is the only conservatory program for theater in the community college district. We are excited to have City of Angels College Theatre Academy for our Action Mondays. Here we go. Boom!
It's 9:12, so we're going to go right into this, and those that are joining in can just start watching. I know some people are late. But we're so excited. Just so everybody knows, this is part of the, these are called Action Mondays. And the ideas of Action Mondays is basically to get kind of people familiar with each other. So then when we do the festival on September 14th to 19th, then we have a real community and people can really share and then hopefully keep creating together after the festival ends. This virtual festival is really, really cool. We're going to have people from South Africa, thanks to Anita, and people from all over Europe, Los Angeles. We have people from New Haven, Connecticut, Austria, Chicago, Italy. So all these different people. This is just a very small sample of the people involved and organizations involved. So hopefully LACC, we welcome you to have another film, any other kind of things that you guys want to have for September 14th and 19th. And we can most of it's pre-recorded, so it's going to be, easy for everybody's schedule. That being said, we want to, and this is also part of, We Are One, which is a network in Scotland, and they had an amazing festival last year. So this is in conjunction with the We Are One group community. So that being said, we want to make a special welcome to Leslie. And Leslie's going to basically introduce the film, and then we'll screen it, and hopefully everybody can hear it. I know Zoom, sometimes it's a little bit difficult. So Leslie, that being said, it's yours.
Okay. Hi, I'm Leslie Ferreira, and I'm a professor at the Theatre Academy of Los Angeles City College. This was a project that was a long time in the making. We tried for many, many years to actually have a collaboration with our cinema television department, and this was the first co-production that was shared between the two departments. We started in the spring semester in a writer's workshop, working with a group of 14 Theatre Academy actors, creating a set of scripts. We started with a writer's room where we developed literally over 100 ideas that we sort of whittled down to about 18, 19, and then that got whittled down to about 11. Ultimately, we did a stage reading of about, I think it was 10 or 11 scripts. And we ultimately chose 5 or 6 that we were going to develop further with Cinema TV. Those scripts went into rehearsal with the writer actors who created them. And Theatre Academy sort of stepped aside and allowed the production elements to take place through Cinema TV. We supplied costume designers, we supplied scenic design, we installed a set on a soundstage in the Cinema TV department, and then there was a rehearsal process. The student actor writers were joined by student directors from Cinema TV. They went through a rehearsal process, and then we did a 2-week, approximately, I think it was a week and a half, 2-week production process, where there was actually 1 week of camera blocking, followed by the next week there would be a taping with a live audience. And so we ultimately did 4 films, and we were going to screen them the first Monday in March after we had finished some one-acts that we had done. And that Monday was the Monday that the campus was closed down. So we were unable to do our public screening. We were going to do it in the Morgan Freeman Theater in the Cinema TV department. And unfortunately, that didn't happen. We did do a screening, a private screening for our Theatre Academy students. at our annual banquet. But this will be the second time that this film has been seen publicly. And really proud of the work that the actors did, and also as writers, they developed the script. We can talk a little bit afterwards. These are all comedies. And Michael, I don't know, you have the video queued?
I do. I'm going to share my screen. Is there anything else you want to say before I share my screen?
I can answer any questions now, or I can wait.
Let's go after. That way people see
Okay,
it.
fine.
Yeah. And then that way everybody sees the share screen. Hold on. Wait, I have to get, hold on a second. I had it. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I know, Manny. I know.
Okay.
I'm trying to. Okay. I'm doing it. Hold on, guys.
Now go back there.
I'm going back. Now I go here and I'm sharing it. All right. Can everybody see it? Okay. Shoot. I hope everybody can see it. Okay.
Yes.
At this Victoria's Secret in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Deep discounts triggering a free-for-all. Bargain hunters.
Happy Thanksgiving, ladies. Did everyone have a nice meal? Leave the kids with the husband. That son of a bitch. My mother-in-law came this year. After 7 years, she still makes me nervous. I make my in-laws nervous. This year, I put hot peppers in this cranberry sauce. There are two kinds of people. The ones who like the whole berry cranberry sauce and the ones who like the jelly from the can. Calories per serving, 110. We'll be here, June. I know, Sherry, I'm blind, not deaf. I was reading the room. Couponer? No birth name here. On this operation, we need focus. Tonight, I hope you only have one serving. Turkey makes you tired. Come on! This is the eve of Black Friday. This is our third year, our third operation. We came a long way from being those bad, conceited amateurs. Our first rate was a joke. Our second rate was despicable. A 2-year-old could have done better. This year, we're going deep. Our mission is to get everything on our list in half the time at a fraction of the price. We prepared for this. We've sacrificed time with our children. Sorry, that's my favorite part. The point is, we've all given up something for the cause. For instance, storms make trees take deeper roots. What? She's saying everything will be okay. Yeah, peachy. The road ahead is far. Beyond. Now is not the time for inspirational quotes. Wait, where's the driver? She texted me at 9:30 saying she's running late. Maybe she got held up with Thanksgiving cleanup. It's 10:15. You know what? We're starting without her. When she gets here, we'll fill her in. She's probably just doing no excuses. Fox is here, and she's 8.5 months pregnant. Sadly. That's dedication. Tankles? I do not have tankles. Hey, ladies, does anyone know the emoji for asshole? I think it's a nice plant. No, Lauren told me that it's code for sex. Isn't she in kindergarten? Okay, ladies, let's focus. It's check-in time. Give me a sample of your magic. Couponer. Reflexes, we prepared for this. Sorry. Breathe. You can do it. Come on. Show us what you got. Is this okay? Good work, Couponer. Yeah. Now for our lovely oracle, the eye. Bedspread. Give me the deep. Madison Park Theatre in 7-piece comforter set. Dress count 865. Value, $299 on clearance. Carpet with square footage, 312 square feet. Houndstooth Midtown pattern, brand shindig, color moon dust. Value $1,900. Wow. Okay. The table for extra credit. Winston Pullman brunch table, dark maple wash finish, used. Current value $85.95. Something really bad happened on that. Oh, and the emoji for asshole is a donkey hat and a chocolate milk. Thanks. And really, above and beyond, I didn't even ask for extra facts. This is what we need, ladies. She's here for the commander. I did more too. I made snowflakes. Frizzleness. How does that help our operation? Leave the arts and crafts to your preschool. Commander, there's no need to be harsh. Tough love never hurt anyone. Boss, you're up. I've been in peak physical condition, sir. My kids served as my training ground. In morning stroller runs with Lulu, football drills with Jesse and Leroy. I got pinata basket practice with my head. Got a party to go to next week. And then I ran the trains with dumbbells and Pilates class. And as much trouble as Tracy and Lauren get into, I'm chasing around them all day. All of this has prepared me for this moment. This year, nothing's getting in my way. Karen, are you all right? You seem a little intense. Coldman, couponer? I'm more alive than I've ever been. I love your spirit. Be careful with that. Okay, ladies, let's go over the game plan. Oh, great! I brought some pie for everyone to enjoy. How thoughtful! How very, very thoughtful. Sometimes I get low blood sugar. Sugar is the opiate of the masses and the #1 destroyer of concentration. Sugar is probably the reason why last year you forgot all the Macy's coupons. And they always have 75% off or more. Commander, before you point fingers, make sure your hands are clean. Oh, guys, what's that supposed to be? I think she's referring to the time you broke Principal Lang's carpool rule. Double parking in the front gate is a real no. Guys, it was only 5 minutes. If everybody broke the rules, then where would we be? Guys! Oh, now driver's not coming at all. What? She said her son Bradley has whooping cough. Letting your kid get sick on Black Friday. Weak. I need someone to step up. I'm the navigator. Who's going to drive the minivan? Couponer. Oh, no, I don't drive anymore. No, my husband dropped me off. Fucking husband, ruining everything. The eye? I'm legally blind. What's with you? I feel so much. It's so very, very, very much. I can't. Don't mess up. Oh. I can't do it. I'm not what you think I am. I'm lost. I make mistakes. I'm forgetful. I can't help it. No, sometimes when I wash dishes, I break things. It just happens. I'm not cut out for this. Honestly, I just wanted to stay home, eat pie, and watch Gone with the Wind with Larry. Oh, they always have great movies on Thanksgiving. And Christmas. And a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Ooh, that's a classic.
Boss, not you two. We worked too hard for this. Commander, there is an imbalance within you. I've noticed you've been tense since you gave up sugar. She's been tense since she gave up sex. Or maybe it's the restraining order against her.
What restraining order?
Shut up. That's why she's living here. I'm on this person. My husband. What? The restraining order. It's why we couldn't meet at her place.
Oh, I thought we were just being extra.
Oh, is that another check from your husband?
No! The weak eat the pie. Couponer, when was the last time you were a part of something real? Huh? When was the last time you were able to really make a difference for a higher cause? Well, I sold cupcakes for Harry. Small potatoes. I mean something big. Remember that deal you made us last year? You got a 10 love seat, didn't you, lady? Oh, with a gold trim for 85% off, with a $50 rebate. They paid us for. That was a near. It was the game ball, couponer. It was the game ball. Think about that TV you want to watch with Larry. Well, there's a 60-inch LG UHD flat screen plasma with a 3D effect out there. Boss, I know you've been wanting that machete-inspired knife set. And you've been waiting on that philosopher's stone ritual bowl to put in your display. It's all there at the end of the line. But we can't do it without you, couponer. One last job. And then you're out. Last job. This time next year, you and Larry will be sitting on your couch, eating turkey sandwiches with the leftover pies there in front of you on the coffee table. You'll have that feeling of being uncomfortably full, like you hurt yourself, while you go through the entire gospel on your brand new 60-inch LG UHD TV. Okay! I think I can do it. That lady. I just gotta go to the, I'll be right back. We still do need a driver. Good evening, ma'am. Your coffee service. Over there, please. Okay, I'll just... Oh, I think somebody must have dropped their keys. Oh, the Honda Odyssey. 8-passenger minivan. 4-wheel drive. And a snack cabinet that can only be described as ample. I was with him once. He was wild and folky, but he let me tame him. With a 7-stop parking route. We were one on the road together until my husband got jealous, said I was too attached. He made me trade him in for a sleek, candy apple red sports car. Oh, how I long to ride him once. So, ready to go? What are you doing? Me?
Oh, good. That was funny. All right. Wow, really good. I'm going to stop sharing. And then, yes,
So thank you, Leslie and everybody, for sharing your film.
That was so funny.
I actually forgot to do a proper setup. I should have said the whole project was called Universal Hotel, and every one of the films took place in the same hotel room, and each one of the stories took place during an American holiday. One was St. Patrick's Day, one was New Year's Eve. This was, Thanksgiving weekend, and what's the other one? Valentine's Day. So that was part of the little connecting thread among the four films.
Really great, really great. Leslie, do you want to intro you want me to have you as to show the program, or what would you, I'm going to make you
I think what I'd like to do is I'd like to start by just talking a little bit about the Theater Academy itself.
Okay.
And put the project in context.
Sure.
What we do in terms of our training. And what I'd like to do is if you'll let me share my screen, I'll show the brochure. I'll go through that very quickly. And then the actors can take over from there, and questions and answers can come to the actors.
You're a co-host, so you can do it.
Okay. Does everybody see this? So this is just a digital brochure that we have. I thought it'd be a quick way, an easy way to go through the program and talk about it. I think one of the things right off the top is that this is a professional program, professional conservatory theater training program. And I like our mission statement very much. We're Theater Academy and Theater Arts Department foster student learning and creative exploration through robust conservatory training in the fields of acting, technical theater, and costume design. And that sort of sums it up. We have students who are actors, we have students who are technical theater students, and we have students who are costume designers. And we chose 3 words to sort of distill our message. It's passion, creativity, and discipline. And we're an old program. We've been in Hollywood since 1929. We're the oldest professional training program on the West Coast. And these are our 3 areas, as I mentioned: acting, technical theater, and costume design. We're also one of the founding schools in the creation of the Kennedy Center, American College Theater Festival. And we've been awarded more awards than I think almost any school in the country for both regional and national work that we've presented. We're also the home of the Rodney Dangerfield Institute. This picture is interesting to me because it's a photograph of one of our productions, and it represents sort of the international nature of our program. This gentleman sitting in the middle, his name is Kasper Svensson. He's from Finland. This woman here was born in Korea. We have these 2 women were born in Mexico, and there may be other nations represented. I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised. Here's some very quick facts. If you can see this, the tuition's very inexpensive. It's only $46 a unit. Average student is spending only about $750 a year. We do a lot of production work. We offer opportunities for students to get degrees in theater arts. We also have certificates. We have a very good, strong faculty. We have professional partnerships with Center Theater Group, Mark Taper Forum, Fountain Theater, Odyssey Theater, and others. Strindberg Laboratory is even written down there. We have a $1 million endowment, which allows us to provide scholarships exclusively for Theater Academy students. We give out about approximately $40,000 a year in scholarships through just that one fund alone. We've got 3 theaters in our building. We're going to be having a new building in about 5-6 years, state-of-the-art building built on the campus. We have a lot of notable alumni: Clint Eastwood, Morgan Freeman, Mark Hamill, Alan Arkin, and Lawrence Fishburne, many, many others, Cindy Williams, Paul Winfield. And then here's the breakdown of what we have in terms of the programs. We've got the acting program, We've got the costume design program, which includes a lot of networking with the industry unions. Then we also have the technical theater, entertainment technology program as well. And I'm gonna stop the share. I'll make that brochure available to you, Michael, if anybody wants a copy of it.
You send a link of that black, because apparently the sync was off. Can you put a link in send me a link of the Black Ops for people to watch at all, or?
I gave it to you. You have it.
I have it already? Okay, then I'll look for my emails. I'll send it to everybody because I know the link was off.
You might as well send a link that includes all 4 of them so people can see all 4 films.
Okay, I will. That's a good idea. So thank you, Leslie. Thank you, everybody. Is there any questions? You know, LACC, it's one of the biggest community college district in the United States. I know we have Shanley on from, Susie. Great. So Susie, you're up. What is back to? Yeah. Okay. No, that way. Yeah. Okay.
Hi. Yeah. Leslie and Tony, I've got a question. So I've been teaching. Can you hear me? I don't know if
yes.
Okay. So I've been teaching for the last 10 years, just very part-time at LA County High School for the Arts, LACC, and Chris Fairbanks is one of my colleagues. It's always shocking to me that I hardly ever hear any LACC student talking about applying to the Theater Academy. They all want to go to these $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year conservatories, which I don't think offer that much more than your academy offers. And I'm wondering how much outreach you do to LACC students and to the administration there.
Well, as you said, Christopher Fairbanks is an instructor at both places. So we are actually having our first person from the high school coming in and joining the Theater Academy in the fall. But to tell you the truth, Susie, I've wondered the same thing. Why we don't. I wonder if because I don't know, they're being encouraged to go to 4-year schools, which is terrific. But you know, I'm positive there are students there that we could serve. You know, who would, you know, who have a goal of attaining their degree, their bachelor's, and possibly a graduate degree, who could then attend the academy before they go to their 4-year institution. But I guess because Chris Fairbanks teaches there, I've sort of felt like, and maybe Leslie in the past has felt like that the information is being covered by Chris. I definitely asked him about this and asked him to see if he could, you know, send students our way. But for one reason or another, it has not. Really.
You know, when I was chair, I did visit the campus and I did see a couple productions and I did talk to students and I did talk to parents. But I think Tony's absolutely right. There's a lot of bias. I think a lot of parents want their children to go to a 4-year institution, want to have them get a bachelor's degree, which we don't offer. And I think that has hurt us a little bit in terms of recruitment. We are, however, partnering and have been partnering for the last several years with Mark Taper Forum Center Theater Group with the August Wilson monologue competition. And we've offered free tuition to any August Wilson finalists. And this year and the year before, I don't know, Tony could correct me. I think in the past, we've had 2 or 3 students come and go through our program. We've had 1 student start but not finish. And I think there are 2 or 3 coming in the fall. Am I right, Tony?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Who are August Wilson monologue competition finalists or semifinalists. So
well, that's great.
That's encouraging for us. Of course, those students come from all over the Los Angeles area.
I just think there's a misguided bias on the part of students are really propagandized to believe that they need to go to a really expensive, prestigious college in order to, quote unquote, make it. And a lot of kids end up dropping out of those colleges some kids take gap years and just sort of flounder around and, you know, audition. I just think that more, I mean, I'm still there in a specialized capacity. And I will certainly mention your program. I know our son graduated from LACC in 2009, and he was wanted to go to film school. He ultimately ended up going to Art Center, but the second choice that I was promoting was LACC, because I know the film department is really good there. So that's where he would have gone had he not gone to Art Center.
You'd be surprised at the number of students who have come to us after they've already received a bachelor's degree from one of these schools, like USC, UCLA. They already have a degree in theater, but they feel that they never got the training. So they come and sort of rehabilitate their skill set.
Well, and one good thing I think about our program that I try to tell parents of prospective students is that all these, you know, all of our units are transferable. I mean, we're very much encouraging of any student to further their education, and them coming to LACC, I think, you know, helps them along that path, because they can go to LACC for a little bit and then go on and get their degree. And so, you know, they'll have a leg up or, you know, a head start, so to speak.
And I'll mention something else. In these pandemic times, a student is going to be taking classes anywhere online. So if they could be spending $40,000 a year at Cal Arts or $50,000 a year at Carnegie Mellon, and they're still going to be online. Our classes are going to be online, and you can take those classes for literally less than $500 for the semester.
And,
Cool.
and Pia's next, but I just want to throw all of our international people, just so, because they might not be familiar with the education system, how it's set up here. So basically, the colleges range. UCLA, I think, was 15, 20,000. USC now 30, 40, something crazy amount of thousands. More per year. And LACC is in a community college, so community colleges are generally, you know, super affordable, if not free, for depending on grants and stuff like that. So it serves the majority of people in, you know, a lot of different people, a lot of people working, etc. So in Leslie's program, LACC's program is the only conservatory degree program in the community college district. So it's a lot different than how it is in Europe, with how exorbitant the fees are and the cost to go to college and all the debt. But Pia wanted to say something.
I think that the best people to talk about the program are the people who went through the program. So I mean, Christina and Alex, Courtney, I think they're here to answer questions about the film, but they're also here to answer questions about what it's like to be a student here in the United States. And Alex in particular, because she's Canadian, can make a comparison between the two different systems. So if anybody has any questions, I'd love to have them direct them to the three women.
Absolutely. Pia, do you want to ask any questions to Alex? Or?
Yeah, thanks. I'm looking forward to seeing all of the movies. And I think the question got answered already, whether they're online courses. So if we could, from Finland, if we could take online courses at your school. And I suppose that many people think that if it's expensive, it has to be good. And if it's cheap, it can't be. That is probably the problem. I suppose if you raised your prices, you would have the doors running.
Yeah, I just want to say that so we've got to see a lot of shows that are in you know, the Theatre Academy shows, and they are some of the best theater in LA.
Yeah.
And we go to see a lot of theater, so it's really professional. It has all aspects of theater, and it's really good. And thanks so much for the, you know, for this film. It was so funny. It was just wonderful.
I have a question from Alexandra. Alexandra, what as far as coming from Canada to Los Angeles, what was your experience at LACC, and what did you gain from it?
Oh my God, that's a lot. It's a big question, but I think, you know, I have a lot of friends that are also actors in Canada, specifically in Toronto and from the East Coast. And it's interesting because we're now all graduating at the same time and seeing what they learned with their BFA 4-year programs, and seeing that what I learned came from I don't want to say it's stronger, but a lot of those students have a bit more of like an academic in their head type of mentality. So they're very focused on the intellectualism of it all. When it comes to acting though, it's really in your body. And I think we got really lucky that all of our professors are just masters, international masters of their teaching, like of what they teach. So I think it's also great that I got to be international because I got to live in another country. And I moved here in 2016, which was an insane year to move to the States. And that was I think my time at theater school was so crazy because we went through the Me Too movement. We went through, you know, the new administration that the US has now. And what I loved about LACC is that they didn't hide that. They didn't say, well, that's politics, but like it affects us. And so there was a lot of conversation, and we created art that reflected the times that we live in. And I think that that's super important. And something that I got specifically is that I chose LACC because of the directing portion that Leslie teaches in the final year. And I'm an actor and a director as well. So that was really precious to me. And that all the teachers encouraged me, because in my final year, I directed professionally whilst I was graduating, and they allowed me and supported me to work. And they always gave me opportunities because I can't necessarily work because of my student visa. They were never hesitant to make connections. So I feel like I got really spoiled, and that now I do have to go back to Canada because of COVID and the lack of visas right now. But I feel like I kind of have a different edge because of the such intense training, and as Leslie said, disciplinary training, that it's so concrete.
And Alistar, Keith, or anybody, Cindy, I see a lot in the chat about education free for all. Does anybody have questions for Courtney or Christina in regards to being a student in America? Because I know Keith and Alistar, you're dealing a lot with people with, Alistar in particular, with autism and stuff. Is there any kind of questions you have for them about being a student here and anything like that, or about the film itself? Anybody
Yeah.
question? Yeah, Alistar.
Yeah. Just so I'm just keen how inclusive these the entry is to these colleges. You know, how many people with disabilities do you get coming through these courses?
I guess I could answer that.
Yeah.
We have had students with disabilities in all three areas. Mm-hmm. And we have a program on campus. It's a student services office. Mm-hmm. So accommodation is made, and we've worked with those people in that office, professional guidance counselors, to make sure that the students with disabilities have the best educational experience that they possibly can.
And
brilliant.
Can I just say something on that fact?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I am actually a student that is on disability as well. I have post-traumatic stress disorder that was from the military. So this program has been so helpful for me. And also, you know, the program has been very supportive of what my needs are.
That's really brilliant to hear, because I'm just wondering, with all your flyers and promotional material, because it does sound like you're a really inclusive setup, that you could maybe, I don't know if you already do, but you could maybe, you know, pay attention to that part of it as well, to say about, it's not just about the acting and being accessible financially, but it's, you know, it sounds like it's really working on other levels as well.
Courtney, could you talk a little bit about the Office of Special Services and what they provide students?
The Office of Special Services, I've used them for other classes, and I haven't really needed to use them for the theater. But they do provide, you know, help with testing. If you need help with classes that we have that are more academic, then with note taking and things like that. And any support that we need, you know, for technical things.
Brilliant, thanks.
And Courtney, are you also part of the veterans group on campus?
I am, yes.
All right, very cool, very cool. Does anybody else have questions? I want to make sure we go to, where are you? Christina. Does anybody have any questions for Christina? Because she was the writer of the film, or one of the writers. Anybody any questions? Shanley, you have any questions about nothing? Everyone, well, I'm going to have a question then. Christina, Riku has a, oh, Chris, you have one? Chris? Oh, Riku. Okay, Riku, yes.
Yes, I have a question to Leslie. How much that was that hotel scene written as a script, or wasn't there also some improvising?
I'll let Christina answer that question.
Thanks, Riku. You're muted, Christina. That's okay. You're muted. Yep,
Okay.
now I got you.
That was pretty on point, almost word for word to the script. We worked really hard, Carol and I, and then with Leslie's comments and nudges, just made it as flowable and natural as possible.
It was just so real. So
Alex did add in a few great things that were not in the script, like little reactions, which filled in
okay.
the timing. It really helped, and it was great because she got some really good laughs on the little extras. She did a few, but very few. Like the script, the actors we used the script.
Okay.
How long did you rehearse? How long rehearsal period did you have?
Oh, well, the rehearsal period wasn't we didn't have very long because we didn't rehearse until we got our director, of course, and we got our director into the fall season. So I don't know when did you guys get the script? I had it because I was working on it, but
in the summer. I
yeah,
got in the summer.
August.
But I think the other
was a few 2 or 3 weeks.
I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks.
But
then the make though is this process took about 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, but the rehearsal part
itself and the blocking took about 2-3 weeks, I think.
Yes.
Well, I wanted to say one thing about this process. I think Leslie said this was the first time that we collaborated with the cinema department. It's actually the second time.
Right.
The first one we did was a year ago. And I just want to tell you about the process a little bit. Leslie had a terrific theatrical that these actors were involved in as well, production that we called Autoplay, where we had 15 different this truly came out of the idea of need, of like us not really having the budget to create a set. So the idea of doing 15 plays written by all students that occurred simultaneously in 15 automobiles that were parked in the quad at LACC. So the audience rotated from car to car. All the plays were written in a way that they were all synchronized so that they began and end at relatively almost the exact time so that audiences could move. Well, then, you know, I don't know, as Susie Tanner knew, like, you know, the theater department and the cinema department at LACC, both very strong programs. Never was there a collaboration between the two. Now, I'm a former student at LACC. I went through the Theater Academy when you were there. I always thought this was going to happen. Well, it never did. And then so that when I became chair, you know, in discussions, I really wanted to focus on this. Our first one then, we took the autoplay scripts and basically turned them over to the cinema students and let them collaborate with our actors and writers. It was a real kind of trial by fire experiment, but turned out terrifically. One of the pieces won a film festival for short films. Then this piece was the second one. And just to answer your question about the scripts, we went through a whole spring semester a year ago where these scripts were developed. So it was months. And then directors from cinema were attached to these projects and then filmed the following semester. So it was a process. Now, this spring, we were about to do the collaboration number 3. And the difference between collaboration number 3 and the other two was that our actors this time were just going to be actors. They were not going to create scripts. We wanted them to have the kind of experience that would mirror their experience as actors in the real world, in Hollywood, so to speak. You know, to where you come in and you play a role that you did not create. Very excited about doing this project, and then COVID-19 hit and really threw us for a loop. We had a lot of really exciting new projects that we had scheduled for this spring, and now we're, you know, adjusting, pivoting. But so it's been a real concerted effort now going forward to collaborate with the cinema department. Part of the reason being, we're thinking students that are international students coming to a place called Hollywood are expecting a more of a cinematic experience. And we feel like also that's what we need to provide for them. Because actors can no longer, especially in a place like Los Angeles, support themselves as strictly theater actors. They've got to be able to work in all the different mediums, and that's what we're trying to prepare them for. So going forward, we are going to continue this collaboration with the cinema department.
Great. And you know, this is, because we're almost at 10, this is the first conversation kind of introducing education for the festival, because one of the themes for this festival, and we are one, is open up and also citizenship. And one of the keys to citizenship is obviously access to education. So we're hoping we're going to bring on Metropolia. Metropolia is in Finland. They're going to be talking about accessibility and education overall. They have a partnership in the Nordic countries. Hopefully, Five Peaks Charter School will have something about what they do. I don't know if Shanley's still, I forget, maybe Shanley had to go, but Shanley's group. So it's just a great way, because I think one of the things that you, Tony, you're talking about is collaboration. You have all these different departments that haven't historically collaborated, but also colleges, you know, in general. You know, what can we learn from each other? How can we kind of share resources and also share ideas? I think it's an important part for, you know, moving forward to, you know, hopefully a better future, better educational future for everybody. Yes, Pia?
I have one more question. I did a evening theatre course at the City Lit in London. I was about 35 years old or 33. And at the audition, the person asked me, how old are you? And I told him, he said, oh, I don't know, that's probably a bit too old. So now that I'm an adult educator, I would like to know, how is your stand towards older people? I mean, do you have an age limit? Do you have to be young and pretty, or can you be any age and wrinkly?
Yeah, you can, I mean, we have students literally ages range from 18 to 60. We have a person joining in the first semester this fall that is on the upper end of that. I won't say exactly, but you know, but
why not?
No, there is no discrimination in that regard.
Okay. Discrimination for people over 60.
I mean, I just don't know of someone necessarily over 60, although it probably has occurred less than, you know?
That's good.
I'm headed there.
That's so funny. Yeah, so everybody, you know, hopefully we just want to encourage LACC next week, everybody. We're going to be having, well, first of all, thank you to Los Angeles City College, everybody who's attended. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for a wonderful film and all
Yes.
the performances.
Thank you.
You know, you were really, really spot on.
And we want to encourage LACC, and next week we're having a theater. I think Leslie got me the contact. His name is Ian Ruskin. He's part of he does Harry Bridges theater performances, and Harry Bridges is a founder of a union here in the United States. And it's kind of, again, our introduction to labor organizing and how can we all kind of organize in our communities, workplaces, just to make a difference. And I think it's important, especially actors, and, you know, to know how to organize, because that's an important tool that everybody should have. So that's going to be next week. And then, so hopefully you all can attend again Monday at 9. So if Leslie, if you want to send me Alexandra's, if they want their emails, I can include them in the mailing list, and I can do that. And then also we're making a commercial. So if you go on the Facebook page, you can see photos from people that from the No Labels No Walls Facebook page that have already done some of their commercials. Alistar, I got yours. So it's going to be global. So we're hoping to have everybody talking about No Labels, No Walls, so people can, you know, join the movement and know, you know, get excited about it. Alistar, do you have something you wanted to say about it? Or?
Yeah, it was just one of the things when I did my sign, rather than draw it, what I did was I used that Doodly animation software to make like the No Labels, No Walls, and used the Citizen Fest logo. So it's just like a 12-second animated thing. Do you want to see it?
Yeah. Can you share it?
Yeah,
yeah, let me make you co-host.
Okay.
Show it. Absolutely.
Okay, so let's see if it's got files. Here we go.
Oh God! Sorry. I'm just saying, wait for something funny.
Yes, right. Here we go. It should. It might just. It might not show that.
Oh yeah.
That animation, but. Oh, it's only showing it small.
That looks great, though.
It should come up in a 12-second animation. So there's a hand comes on and writes it, and then well, let's just see if it. Yeah, it's. Let's just see. Are you able to see that? No, because I've got it. I've got it open in another tile. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you, Michael, and
yeah, I'll send it to everybody. That's great.
It might be a good start.
And the program is Doodly?
That's cool, Alistar.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doodly. So I've got a license for it. So if you want me to have a play about with other stuff, it's the one that I did Ewan's, you know, the story of his experience of autism before. And so
Alistar, we should show that. We should show the one you did about the avatars as well. And people would love that.
Oh yeah, I could show that one. Yeah, just about the fact that Facebook have done heaps of other stuff about inclusion in their avatars, but nothing about disability. You can't have a wheelchair, you can't have missing limbs, you can't have anything to do with disability. And despite the fact that there's been a change.org, you know, petition, they've still done nothing. So I went and made one using Doodly and a combination of the Facebook avatars. So yeah, probably don't want to take up too much of your time tonight, but I could certainly, I'll share it with you. I'll share a link with you from the because it's on In Control's website.
Great. And then yeah, we'll send it out to everybody. That's fantastic. And then also Sundays we talk more about the planning of the actual festival. That's at 7 p.m. Eastern European time and 9 a.m. Pacific time. So for those that want to, you know, talk about what they want to contribute or any questions about the actual festival, please join us then. Yeah, is there anything else that anybody wants to say before we wrap it up? Any other?
Yes, I do. It's
Yes,
Susie. Hi. So this is for Leslie and Tony and anyone else who might be interested in this. I frankly had a really difficult time hearing and seeing the video because Zoom is not the greatest. So I appreciate the video, and I can't really, I can't really speak to it. There is a platform that we recently used called Screening Room.
Okay.
And that's what we use to show, for people to show the video that they saw on Saturday.
Oh.
It's a great platform. We used it in conjunction with Zoom. So, Leslie and Tony and anyone else, if you're interested, I can connect you with our documentarian, Marlene. She's the one that found it. It's used for many film festivals. It's virtually free or very low cost. And it gives a terrific view, you know, and you can use it. And then so we used it. Folks could watch the video on Screening Room, and then there's a link that they just touched to the Zoom live discussion that we had.
All right.
And it was super user friendly. So highly recommended.
No, maybe we'll do that for next week when we screen some of Ian's stuff. That's great.
I really recommend it.
Okay, thank you, Susie.
So far superior to Zoom.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris?
Michael, Susie, what is the official name of your website, please?
Theater Worker. I'll put it in the chat. I'll put it in the chat right now.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Anybody else have anything they want to say before we... Oh, last thing. Who wants to be the host? You know, I'm thinking, let me go through it, because who is going to be the host this time? Anita, you want to be the host for next Monday?
Yeah, I do.
Anita's going to be the host. All right. Anybody else have something they want to say before we wrap it up? No. Yeah, okay. Thank you, everybody. Really excited. Cool. Thank you. We'll see you all soon next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.